Okay, this is the HK VP9L. These are hard to get for the moment, and HK is supposed to, well, I've read they're not going to make all that many of them. HK kind of does that with some of their product lines. Comes with 3 20-round magazines, and I also brought out some HK P30 magazines, which should run in this. The pistol is most notable for the extended barrel over the standard HK VP9, which would end about there-ish. And it also has some cool looking little slide cuts in it, and it is cut for the optics. My understanding is basically you go to HK's store and you tell them, hey, this is the optic I have, and then you buy the plate instead of them doing like what FN does, where they send you plates for the Trigon and for the fast fire and for other red dot options. They're basically saying, we're not sending the plate, go ahead and buy it. MSRP on this with the night sights and the 20-round mags is right at $1,000. Right now they're going on Gunbroker for more like $1,500. So the night sights, by the way, we'll see if we can't show those off. They're more or less blacked out in the back, although there are dots there, so they don't show up too well in the daytime, but they will at night. And then of course you have your nice bright front sight. So other than that, there's no manual safety on it beyond the one on the trigger, the little trigger dongle deal. And then it does have a load chamber indicator. But other than that, it's your striker fired kind of platform. So first shots on this, the HKs are kind of known for having they're kind of known for having pretty stiff recoil springs. So whether or not it feeds reliably, we'll see. The ammunition is S&B 124 grain FMJ. I loaded the magazines as I was driving over, and one of the magazines I could only get 19 rounds in because I had to have some kind of grip on the steering wheel. But then once I got here, I was able to put the 20th round in without any trouble. So let's see how we do. That green dot really does stand out. Now, I'm not very far away from the target. I'm only about maybe 5-7 yards, something like that. Shot at the lower left orange dot. Kept most of them right in that general area. Trigger feels pretty nice. The reset's not bad. I wasn't really listening to see if it's an auditory reset, but there's definitely a tactile reset there. Oh, and before I start shooting, on the back of the gun, you've got your little red dot there to say that the striker is good to go. We'll aim at the top right one. I did hear it click, so it is an auditory reset as well as a tactile reset. The 20-round magazines make for kind of nice long shooting strings. So far, it's been doing just fine, and these are the very first shots through the gun. So unlike, say, with my P30L, where I needed about 200 rounds before it was ejecting forcefully, initially, essentially what would happen with the P30L is the rounds would basically come out and kind of dribble out of the gun. Well, these are being ejected, most of them are, I'd say, 2, 3, 4 feet away from me over there off to the right, and they're landing in a very predictable little pile there, which does make brass retrieval nice and easy. And this is the third mag, and these are the original VP9. I'll do a couple of the a couple of mags from the P30L, which should feed in just fine. So that last one was the top left. Took a pretty good chunk out of it. Not overly surprised by that. It's, as I get more used to the gun, I'll be a little better than I am. But some of it's certainly me as well. This is a P30. I think this is just a P30 mag. Okay, so it's doing just fine. I'm not going to shoot both these mags because my wife wants to try it out. I'll shoot this one with the 10 rounds, and I'll shoot it at that center one again and see if I can do a little bit better. There we go. Oh, takedown lever, I just hit that thinking, oh yeah, that's the slide release. No, that's the takedown. So I'll keep going after that middle dot, or middle target. Feels good in the hand. The little trigger dongle takes, it's a little bit different than shooting your standard double action pistol. I can actually feel that a little bit on my finger. Shoots very nicely. Comes right back to point of aim as it's being fired. Accuracy for my purposes is definitely good enough. I mean, obviously, you can be your own judge. Is it worth the price to have that extra inch? That's up to you. It's also got the cool factor of the little cutouts there. Again, that's up to you. I believe these are still plastic. I don't know if anybody sells metal inserts for them. If they do, I'll probably go and find them. But for an out-of-the-box shooter, it fed everything that I put through it. And again, this was just the S&B 124 grain FMJ. I didn't have any Winchester white box to see if it would feed that stuff. But so far so good. I'm impressed with the initial range session with the VP9L.